Hello everyone, this is Chris, and I feel like over the course of this season, I've patted myself on the back a lot. To put it simply, basically for this entire season, I go around, building a whole bunch of things, and I only talk about things that I have made, and talk about how fantastic those builds are. But I mean, can you blame me? I mean, look at how great this is. Helicopter's fantastic, the boat for the racetrack, phenomenal. My little glitched roller coaster, still so much fun. And this tiny little shop I built at the start, I mean, it's alright. Not compared to other things I've made, but it's a solid 7 out of 10. Anyways, instead of me boasting about how great my builds are, why don't we go around, look at, and talk about, other people's builds around the realm. And keep in mind that there's one build in the realm that's, pretty emotionally heavy for the majority of us. We'll of course get to that soon enough, but yeah, let's take a look at some of these bases around the place. Starting off with K-Flip's little cloud in the sky, which I always like to call heaven, even though he never intended it to be something like that. But yeah, I just like what he did, building like nice little simple houses for a village being up here. And what's this? Do you need a horse? There are plenty at Super Horses. Advertisements, there's tips all over the place. There's a sign with Cloud City. K-Flip, where have you been? But in all seriousness, I do like the idea he had here. But what on earth is going on back here? I'm never really back here, and there's like a huge statue holding an enchantment table with like giant spiky toes, and what even is this? What even is this thing? There's a tail. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but whatever it is, it does look pretty fantastic. Oh, is this Lone Wolf's little place? Well, whatever you built there, it looked pretty good, and yeah, nice little cozy little place. I love what you do with the floor here. This is pretty astonishing floor layout you did right here. And also some pretty astonishing farm layout right here. Like we have a big carrot or a potato farm right here. We have a big, what appears to be a gold farm right here. And looks like we have a few other farms here and there around the place. Yep, we got a cactus farm right here. We got a nether portal farm, or just a nether portal right there. And we have what looks to be about a bajillion path blocks just scattered around this one village right here, which is a kind of interesting to see. And speaking of interesting builds, Evelyn built this mega castle right here, and I don't think she ever managed to finish it, but what she actually managed to do in this one season is pretty phenomenal, pretty amazing. I love the terraforming, I love the use of diorite, I love the use of nether bricks. Like, everything she did right here, it's really well done. Now, I don't know whose base this is, but you know what? I love the detail they did with it. I love everything they managed to accomplish with this one singular base. Almost as much as what I love what Tance did to his one base. And he played like, for about a few weeks or so, and then I don't think I've seen him like at all this entire, season, apart from again, the first like few weeks. But what he managed to do, actually, again, fairly good job, fairly decent work around the place, though it would have been cool to see what he was actually planning on doing with this. And this next place we're going to is a little bit precarious in getting there. Like, it doesn't seem there's many guardrails right here, so we gotta be a little bit more careful than usual. And if it seems like I'm sort of speed running my way through some of these bases, that's because most of the things we've seen around, Spawn, we've seen in some detail, at least in the background. I want to kind of show off some of the things that people have built kind of far out in the distance here and there. But there are a few other things I want to show back up at Spawn. Okay, we finally made it. We finally made it to what I believe is Kia's and Hellwing's little place right here. And I just love how, I guess, wide this entire thing is and sort of flat. Like, for a build like this, you kind of expect it to be just a little bit higher, but you know what, for it being so wide, it actually is much more appealing, along with all these paths with like this well in the center. Everything they managed to do around the place is actually fairly well. Oh, and I had no idea that there was actually things inside this place. Last time I was here, there was like nothing inside of here, but it seems as though they actually managed to furnish some of these rooms around the place. And again, everything is really squished together, but it sort of makes it much more interesting to look at around the place. Now, when I was at this base, I'm honestly trying to sound happy and uplifting and everything, but in actuality, it's kind of a sad thing being back here after all this time. And I think it's best to explain back at the shopping district. And this is something I've not been trying to avoid, but I just felt like I've never really had the words to describe it. But basically, back in, I believe it was episode 8, I met up with a person called Hellwing, going around and helping out, getting him a sword and everything, and the day before that video actually released, Hellwing, how do I put this? Hellwing passed away. He passed away, I believe, thanks to a seizure. I'm probably going to be wrong on that one. I'm really sorry if I am, but yeah, he basically didn't make it. He's been having issues with things like that for a while, and even though we've only known him for like a couple weeks before he did pass, we did hear about, you know, some of his likings, such as this thing right here. I believe this is like a horse or something that he used to like, and yeah, it was just a little build we decided to dedicate to Hellwing, and saying, you know, saying our goodbyes and things like that, along with this this one board with a whole bunch of, you know, nice messages to him. So even though, like, you know, there's only so much we could do because, you know, we're inside of a virtual world, we're inside of, like, you know, a place that we can only do so much to help, we still wanted to try our best to give him the respect and the send-off he deserves. And honestly, nothing like this ever happened before. No sort of like anything like this ever happened to Cosmic ever, so it was kind of a big sucker punch to us. So yeah, I hope wherever Hellwing is, that he is resting comfortably, and that he is, you know, very, very well with whatever is happening, and I hope his family is doing well too, and I hope just everything with him and everything with his friends and family is doing well. I still feel like I worded that pretty poorly, but I'd rather talk about it now while the season is still going, rather than later and never talk about it at all. But now let's try and bring ourselves up and try and move over to Puffy's base right here. And he's definitely been busy with his nether portals, it seems. But what about his main base? And it seems as though, yeah, there's still lots of structures around the place. It doesn't seem as though there's as many as when I was trapped in here last time, but still, all his tiny little town he built right here, his mega castle, building, mansion, whatever you want to call it right here, fantastic work. Fantastic job right here, Puffy. And I haven't even seen the inside of here yet. I haven't even seen what he did inside of here, and all I can say is just, wow, this is, like, really, really well done. And wait a minute, why does he have a portal in here, but then he has a portal out there? Like, what sort of sense does that make? Okay, oh well, and, ooh, the chandelier, like, so something about Cosmic, something about their building style is always just, like, amazing, something that, you know, I try to keep myself up with, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but at least you still have those that still put in level A effort in the realm. Apart from the top, Puffy, you completely missed your mark on the top. Like, if I never flew up there, no one would ever know, but you know what? For the most part, for about 95% of your base, it still looks absolutely phenomenal and absolutely relatively complete. Just don't look too close on the top up here. Next up, let's pop over to Eva's place and see what she's been up to, and she still hasn't taken the diamonds. The diamonds are still sitting up there. Like, Eva, feel free to take them. Feel free to spend your heart out before the season ends. But anyways, even though she doesn't seem to like my generosity too much, her base still looks pretty good too. This little offshore line is fairly small for the rest of her base, but it still does look really, really good. Like, I love all the details she put in, and Eva, you can get rid of that, okay? You don't need to keep that up. Mission accomplished, okay? I've gotten the help. Thank you very much. I've sent the payments. You may dispose of these wordings at will. Come on. Well, you know what? If she's not gonna get rid of it, then we're just gonna move on and look at other things around her base, such as another gold farm right here, and what seems to be a whole bunch of villagers, if I remember right here. And oh, I swear she had villagers here, but it seems though she's traded it. Oh, there they are. They were just like a layer down, and yeah, she has like about 50 to 100 different types of villagers around here, and you can't see it too much right here, but the frames are slightly tipping downwards thanks to all these villagers around the place. So it'll make for trading very, very easy, but the frames will have to be sacrificed slightly. But some things that don't have to be sacrificed are these other houses. Now, I don't know who built this, but again, I like these little houses, these little desert themed houses around the place. And oh, it even has a nice little upstairs balcony place up here. And it seems as though that desert house has a neighbor right here, and I actually popped over here a little while ago to build a note block song, and I don't know if it works anymore, but we can figure out. Oh, it does. It still actually does work. It's the SpongeBob end credits song, I believe. But apart from my contributions, I like these smaller houses, and I like how much more detail everyone could actually put into it. Like the little counter right here, we have all these little chests around the place, we have... Oh, I really like the little rail on the piston. Like, I never think of doing that, but that's actually a really good touch. But some of these main things I've been showing off so far have been relatively close to spawn, not too incredibly far out. These next couple bases, however, are quite the couple thousands of blocks out. And the best way I'm getting there is going through one of my many unfinished projects inside this one season, my Nether ice track, which goes on for, I think about, what was it, 1,200 blocks or something like that? But however the distance, it is very quick. Unless you break it like that, and oh, is that a base? That might actually be a base right there. Well, whatever it is, we're gonna go have a look anyways. Where are we? We're in the middle of a plains biome. I mean, not the best base I've ever seen in the world, but you know what? I like the creative, simplistic choice whoever built out here did. But for real, I know there's at least a few bases down this one track, such as White Saber's new yet really old base now. And I believe I tried getting in this before when I was making this one song for him, but I was never able to figure out how to do it. But I believe all I could do is just pull this lever, and there we go. That's how you actually do it. And yeah, it seems though he's gone for a pretty cave-themed base with an iron golem. This might be bull actually, but yeah, I do like the simplistic things he actually did around the place. It seems mainly for function rather than fashion, which you know what, I am totally on board with. Oh, and I did not even realize that there was actually some fashion down below, but yeah, I do like this this little place down here. I like the use of bricks with the dark oak. It's all really nice. Ooh, and the map. I love when people do something like this. I love when they just map out their entire area right here, and this actually looks pretty cool. Is it just me, or did my voice just sound like it completely went at the end of that last clip? Oh well, regardless if it did or not, we have this little place right here with the old dripstone farms with the potions, which I don't think works anymore, but yeah. White Saber usually does the potion things, and it seems though he did a fully automatically farmed the potions. Okay, don't get at me too hard. It's still pretty early in the morning for me. And I pushed this while coming in, but we can't forget this little song I built for White Saber. And I've never played or I've never heard of Metarunner, but they at least have a pretty nice and soothing soundtrack. And I can't remember the exact location, but I remember there's another base somewhere out here. I think it's someplace back here, maybe? Yeah, in Teller's base. I didn't even... Oh yeah, I completely forgot and then completely remembered that Teller had a base out here. And I love the fact that he built inside of an ice spike biome. Like, this is a place where you normally expect to, I guess, tear down all these ice spike pillars and things like that, but he decided to build a base inside of here, which is really, really cool and really, really unique. And I love everything he did with the deep slate. I love everything he did with all this, what's this called? The, not the stained glass, the tinted glass right there. I love just everything he managed to do to bring this base completely together. And I could swear he built something else around here, but I don't want to do too much exploring because I'm worried I'm gonna lose the portal and then get completely lost here. I don't travel to this neighborhood too often, so I'm almost bound to get lost if I do any exploring. So let's maybe hop back into the Nether and actually look for the base I was actually looking for in the first place. Oh, and here it is, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe this is Demonic's base right here, and he decided to actually build himself what appears to be an actually big fortification. I don't know if he was going to build a castle himself, but it seems as though this season was mainly about castles, with mine, with Evelyn's, with all these other castles. But yeah, even without like the castles and even without it being completed, I still really like this this little bit of fortification he built around this place. But now it's time to head back to the main area of my castle base. And no, I'm not going to boast about the fact that, you know, I'm going to talk about my base again, but I'm instead going to talk about what Eva's done. And it's kind of suspicious how there was just a fish that popped through the nether portal, but I heard that she's been doing some work around the place. What happened here? What happened to my nether portal room? It's all lush and filled with, you know, life in here. Oh, there's a little fish around the place, and this is probably where all the fish came from. But yeah, Eva always this entire season has done an absolutely fantastic job with all the decor inside of my castle, and yeah, this one is another example of it. But I heard there was another little place she worked on, and I believe it was just back here. And yeah, here it is. Here is, I believe, a ballroom, and you know, my ballroom is typically upstairs, but I guess I can have a downstairs one too, which looks much better than the one I had in mind, with even all these armor stands around the place and just all this tiny little details around the place, which just makes it just that much more unique and interesting. And yeah, Eva always, again, she does, like, a fantastic job with interiors. I don't know what else to say. She's just, like, so good at it. So I wanted to pop over here to show you those two interior rooms, but I also wanted to pop over here because there's actually one little base over here. Yeah, this entire time I've actually had, neighbors, actually not too incredibly far from where I've been working. And it should be just right. Here it is, just right here, like, about, what is this, 400 or so blocks from where I am? And, yeah, this is going to be, Evelyn's mega castle base, but again, she's had school and other types of things, which meant she wasn't able to fully complete it. But again, even the things she actually managed to do is just like insane and fantastic. And yeah, just the scale and the detail and just everything she's done here, like absolutely fantastic work. But there's one more little place I'd like to check out in this episode, and that's over at the siblings base. And you know, we've seen this treehouse lots and lots of times. The thing I've actually wanted to check out was all these other little builds the people of Cosmic actually built around it, such as a copper golem. Someone built a copper golem right here, which, you know what, if Ally didn't win, copper golem would have totally been my second choice. We have this house right here, which I'm not sure who built it. It could be Eva, it could be someone else. Judging by the armor stands, I'm going to say Eva, but it could literally be anyone. We have, of course, my house over there, and then we have these two other ones, which I've seen last episode, but I didn't actually go inside and check out the interior. Careful. Oh, there's actually, oh, and how did I miss a balcony that was specifically built there to actually land on? Well, I'll get it the second time. There we go. Okay, and what's the inside like? And, ooh, I like it. I like your little closet, how it's very empty. I like the little amethyst on here, and yeah, nice, cozy little house right here. But what about this one right here? How is this one actually in comparison to the other ones? And oh, it's a pretty cramped style house, but yeah, it seems like a pretty nice place. It seems as though also that it's built for, oh no, well then, it was like that when I got here. It was like that when I got here. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't accidentally step on the eggs, and I'm just gonna sign off this episode. But yeah, there's lots and lots of builds I didn't show off today, such as Lydia's house or Effie's house right here, or like other types of builds in the shopping district, or lots and lots of other things. But this video is just meant to be a general tour of the entire season, just to show off, generally speaking, what we've all done this season. And next episode, we are capping off this season. We are going to end it off with a bang. We are going to, you know, complete the chapter of Cosmic Chapter 2 Season 3, and yeah, say goodbye to all the work and all the things we've actually done in this season. So hopefully you're looking forward to seeing the finale of Cosmic Chapter 2 Season 3, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.